News to me.
As soon as we're live.
Good morning, Representative Thorne. Good morning, Representative Moriarty.
Hello, Peggy.
Morning.
Morning. Thanks, Steve.
Different committee. Okay. So here we are. I didn't need to announce that time when we were recording.
We're live.
Yes, now that we are, and we'll mute Representative Thorne so we don't have to listen to judiciary. There we go. Excellent. Thank you. And this is the Marine Resources Committee meeting for March 15th, 2022. We keep thinking it'll be the last, but if I say it, it won't be, but we're close. I really think this is it. So thanks to Linda LaCroix for being here as our clerk, and Lynn Caswell, our analyst, who does 3 committees, and it's interesting to hear how they all go together. But thank you for helping ours. And on to, I'm Dave Merrimont, Senator for Senate District 12, which is Knox County, except for the town of Washington. And actually, since it might be the last, that's Appleton, Camden, Creehaven, Cushing, Friendship, Hope, Isla Ho, Matinicus, Muscle Ridge Islands, North Haven, Owl's Head, Rockland, Rockport, South Thomaston, St. George, Thomaston, Union, Vinyl Haven, and Warren. And that's been a great district to represent as I wind down here after 8 years with this Senate district. But as you might hear from those towns, that I get around pretty well by my boat, which is a great way to go and do constituent services. So I'll still do that part. It just won't be for the legislature. We'll start with my co-chair, Jay McCrate. And Representative McCrate, go ahead and introduce yourself, then I'll go around the horseshoe.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm Jay McCrate, representing Harpswell, West Bath, and Northeast Brunswick in the House.
And we'll go to the right today. Representative Fockingham, haven't seen him yet. Representative Alley.
Yes, sir. Representative Bailey here. I represent 12 communities: Cherryfield, Millbridge, Harrington, Addison, Columbia Falls, Centerville, Jonesboro, Marshfield, Jonesport, and Beals area, District 138. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative McDonald.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Representative Genevieve McDonald from House District 134, which are the communities of Cranberry Island, Southwest Harbor, Tremont, Frenchboro, Swans Island, Isla Ho, North Haven, Vinyl Haven, Deer Isle, and Stonington.
Another good boat district. Representative Hutchins. No, he's not here. Representative Stanley. Nope. Senator Maxman. Nope. Senator Rosen.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm Kimberly Rosen, Senate District 8. I have 16 towns in Hancock County and Penobscot County, from Castine up to Lincoln, plus the city of Brewer. I live in Bucksport.
Amazing district. Representative Bloom. No. Representative Hepler.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, and good morning, committee. It's not Senator Merrimont. It's nice to hear the towns that you represent. That's really quite impressive. Nice area. I'm Allison Hepler, and I represent the towns of Aroustic, Georgetown, Phippsburg, Woolwich, which is where I live, Dresden, and a small piece of Richmond.
Nice. Oh, I love these districts. Representative Crafts.
Good morning. I'm Lydia Crafts. I represent House District 90, which includes Bristol, Bremen, Damascotta, Newcastle, Monhegan, and Louds Islands, and parts of South Bristol and Noblesboro.
Thank you. And Representative Thorne.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning from Carmel. My name is Jim Thorne. I represent House District 103, which are the towns of Carmel, Herman, and a portion of Etna up in beautiful Penobscot County. And once again, I'll be pulling simultaneous Judiciary Committee duty. So if you see me moving on screen, you'll know why.
Thank you very much. Okay, well, welcome everybody. Nice to have you here. We're going to do the budget and a quick review, language review on the on LD 1916. An act to create a legal defense fund for Maine lobster industry. I think we listed it in, it's on that schedule, printed schedule here, in order of supplemental budget first, let's, I thought we were going to get a quick review from Lynn and vote just the whole thing. We've gone over it several times. And the only addition is that I see Commissioner Kelleher is here and did want to say something. So welcome, Commissioner, and go ahead. You're kind of quiet this morning.
This is going to be one of those days with my Zoom feed here. Jeez. Hopefully, I'm going to not touch it, and hopefully it'll stay right where it is. Senator Marant, Representative McCreight, members of the Joint Standing Committee on Marine Resources. I'm Pat Kelleher, Commissioner at DMR. I appreciate everybody's time and attention on our budget. There will be a change package presented this week, and I did want to supply some information to the committee. And so, Senator, I guess I would ask, what's your pleasure? Would you like me to just give that information to the committee now, or would you want to wait until the end of the budget discussion? And I also, not to interrupt, but I also have an update on federal funding, which could be interesting based on the discussions as it relates to the Representative Stover bill for aid to the industry.
Okay, I would say, since we've gone over this as it stands several times and gone through AFA and everything else, unless there's something that you're going to tell us about that you want us to change your budget here that we're going over and have gone over repeatedly, let's just vote this budget out, and then we'll move on to your informational stuff. But if it's something that you think is going to have us make a change in this part, we'll let you go first. What would you?
It would, Senator, because it would be, this will be an addition to our supplemental request as it pertains to a few positions and to our legal costs going forward.
Okay. Is it anything Lynn has that she can share, or is this all new?
I believe Lynn did receive, and Lynn, did you send that around to the committee members? It was, so I'm seeing a lot of heads nod. So you should all have a copy of the memo. And now I am trying.
I'd just like to share it if it's necessary. Is it necessary to have it? Is helpful, or
it is not necessary. Yeah, it is not necessary to have it.
Okay, go ahead then.
And I have so many things open on my screen. I need to see if I can find it, if you just bear with me. Let me pull this over. So as I had indicated at both the initial briefing and the testimony given within in front of the AFA committee, there were a couple areas that I was in conversations with the governor's office on, in particular around the legal defense fund. And so the department, with the support of the governor, is requesting an increase in our legal services. We had originally requested $980,000, and this would be increased to $3 million, and it would be $1 million in FY22 and $2 million in FY23. And I'll pause there if there are to see if there's any questions, and if there's none, I'll move on to the next initiative.
Don't see any. Go ahead.
Okay. So the next initiative are employee-initiated reclasses. We have a total of 4 positions that have recently been approved by the Bureau of Human Resources to be reclassed. There's 1 position as a Marine Resource Scientist 2, which would be, again, this was an employee-initiated reclass, and they would be moved up the chain, if you will, to a Marine Resource Scientist 3. And then within the Bureau of Public Health, we have 3 positions that are currently laboratory tech positions. They're Tech 3 positions, and they would be increased to microbiologist 2. So these 2 were also based on employee-initiated reclasses. And there are retro pay associated with these because the employees were deemed to be working out of class during that time period. So again, there's 4 positions total that would be reclassed upward. And that is all I have.
Okay. So Lynn, you've got those changes. And I've made note, this is all, like the 3 million is stuff that you've already talked about with the administration, so that's supported anyway. And the reclassifications, does this have to go back and forth twice with AFA as we do normally, or we get to skip a step and just approve it here and move on?
I think you can, because it is part of the change, the governor's change package, you could just, if the committee was going to support it, you could just add that to your letter.
Great. Okay. So let's open that up to the committee, which it's already open. You could ask questions anyway. And I don't see a problem with still doing it as one lump approval for this budget unless I see anybody who's disagreeing with that premise. I do not. Representative McCray.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. If you're ready for a motion, I would move the items in, including the 2 we just heard, into the package and recommend that to AFA.
We have a motion to move the entire budget in that we've already talked about and approved.
Seconded.
Representative Alley has seconded that motion. Linda, when you're ready. And discussion. Representative Hepler.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. I was just reading the change here. Any unused, it's the very second to last line, any unused funds would revert back to the general fund on July 1st, 2032. Is that right? So
That's
10 years? Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
And that the 10 years coincides with the length of the conservation framework that is built within the biological opinion that approves the lobster fishery moving forward.
Okay.
So the focus remains in that 10-year period.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. I don't see any other hands, so it looks like we're ready for a vote.
All right. Starting with you, Senator Miramont,
Yes.
Representative McCray,
Yes.
Senator Rosen,
Yes.
Representative Alley,
Yes.
Representative Hepler,
Yes.
Representative McDonald,
Yes.
Representative Crafts,
Yes.
and Representative Thorne.
Yay.
Okay. And out of those present, 2, 4, 6, 10 present, all are in favor. And we have 3 absent.
Thank you. 10 in favor, 3 absent, no against. The motion carries to move this in and move the budget. Those folks will have 2 days, and this is Tuesday, so you have till Thursday at noon to register a vote if you want to vote. That will not change the outcome based on the vote right now. So that passes, and where's my gavel? My gavel here. That closes the supplemental budget part of our meeting today. Thanks, Commissioner. And Lynn,
Thank you for the support.
of course. See you on the water.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I actually see 2 representatives with hands up.
I do too. Let's see what they want. Representative Hepler, then Representative Crafts.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm not sure we have 10 people here.
I'm
I
sorry.
didn't count.
That is my error. I was just going to say something myself. We have 8 present and there are 4 absent. No, actually 5 absent.
8, 4, 8, 5. Still won't change the outcome.
No.
I'm so gullible. Tell me a number, I'll believe
I
it.
just,
My
sometimes
apologies.
Hollywood squares can work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're jumping around. Yeah, last day. You can get away with anything. Anybody want to put a few million more in his budget? Okay,
I think
Sure.
we counted Genevieve's daughter.
yeah,
I'll put a few million more in. I'm on my way out.
yeah. She's, her daughter's cute enough for 2 votes too, so that worked.
See,
Now
there
the
we
count
go.
makes sense. Okay, well, that's it. See you. Oh, no, wait a minute. Okay, Lynn, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So the last order of business is just for me to share with you for language review LD 1916, and I'm going to share that as I speak. So this is the Lobster Legal Defense Fund. I'm going to try and make it bigger. It looks very small on my screen. So this has already been sent to the revisor's office. So I would, sometimes I do that so I can tell if they have any substantive concerns so that I can bring them back to you for language review. And they picked up one word or one phrase that I will mention later to get your consent that the way it's revised still comports with your vote. But anyways, this is a committee vote, all in favor with 1 absent. So as you recall, it creates the Legal Defense Fund, which distributes money until June 31st of 2024. The money goes first to the department to reimburse them for their costs in administering the fund, and the remainder is split between 2 entities. I'm skipping down to the labor union because number 2, the Lobstermen's Association, is the phrase lobsterman is the phrase that the revisor's office asked that we change because lobsterman is not technically a word. So they don't, it appears nowhere else in statute. So it needs to be revised into something different. And I was speaking with Representative McCrate and Senator Miramont, and the phrase that was suggested is this will be money going to a designated statewide association of lobster license holders. So that seems to me to reflect what the Lobstermen's Association is. It's a statewide association of licensed lobster holders. So I just want to point that out because that phrase will be changed in the final version. I see a hand up.
Yeah, thank you. So the Maine
Representative
Lobstermen, oh, sorry,
That's fine.
permission to speak, Chair.
Yeah.
The Lobstermen's Association is the title of the organization. So I don't know if that makes a difference. We wouldn't typically change an organization's name to comply with something in statute. And then I'm
Right.
also just curious, who is designating that association? Because there's more than one association in Maine that's made up by lobster license holders. And this legislation was very specific to a particular association.
Yes, thank you, Representative McDonald. It was specific to, it was discussed, and everyone understands that these funds at this point in time are going to the Maine Lobstermen's Association. Unfortunately, in statute, you cannot identify a specific organization by name. You need to designate it in a description. And so that was the designated statewide Lobstermen's Association. And that was the original description.
Okay, thank you for that clarification.
Yes, yes.
Which
I will just make 2 other points. This fund exists until 2024. So I think that everyone understands that this subsection 2 is the Maine Lobstermen's Association. If the fund were to continue beyond 2024 and you wanted to designate, you wanted another association, then you could change the wording. But I think everyone understands that it's currently, this would be the Maine Lobstermen's Association.
Which goes along with the next line, well, under subchapter 7, it says labor union, to the
Right.
labor union representing. So it's, even though they have a title too, the titles are left out, but it's more. you know,
Yes,
And,
right.
okay, love it.
And so then the rest is just actually everything that you voted on, how the fund is distributed after June 31st of 2024. The Lobster Promotion Fund is reimbursed for any monies that were taken out. And if there's anything left over after that, it goes back to the department. And there will be a report to you all or to this committee by February 2nd of 2024, and that this bill subchapter is repealed October 1st of 2024, allowing the 131st to continue this fund if they so chose. And then this will look different. This was my rendition of what the OFPR language will look like, but there's in a 500,000 that is being added into this bill in 2022, 2023. And so that is the language review, unless I got anything wrong. Representative Alley seems to be.
Yes, Lynn, I'd like to ask you a question about the lobster license for the 70-year-old or above. I see a little piece of that when you was going down through up the top there.
Yes, so I think the committee voted to not make any changes. The committee voted to not change anything in this section about the actual license surcharge assessed. This section is in there because way down in this part of that, as you see, except as provided in chapter 619, subchapter 7, the treasurer puts money into the collaborative fund. So this does not, that whole section has to be in here to add that little phrase. But there's no changes to the actual surcharge, license surcharge assessed.
Okay, I was just checking, make sure that you didn't charge me twice.
No, I would not
Good
do
work.
that unless the committee told me to.
3 times just for Representative Alley.
Yes, good catch.
So that is all for the language review on that. And that's all the business that this committee has. I will draft, once all the votes are in for the budget, I'll draft a letter to AFA and the chairs will sign. And then you'll all be done, at least with the committee.
Yes, I like the sounds of that. And as much fun as we've had, I like that it's winding down here. There's always a spoiler. Won't let the meeting end. All right, Commissioner, go ahead.
My apologies, Senator, but I did want to make sure that the committee knows that that within the federal omnibus bill that just passed, there was $17 million that was included for the Maine lobster fishery. Out of that 17 million, 765,000 is for planning for the future, where the department will be engaged with facilitators with the support of the Maine Lobstermen's Association, Down East Lobstermen's Association, Southern Maine Lobstermen's Association, the Lobster Dealers Association, and the Maine Coast Fishermen's Association, to kind of think about, okay, what's next and what's coming. So this was actually an earmark that was supported by Senator Collins. The rest of the money, 14 million, goes to help the lobster industry comply with new rules. Of that 14 million, roughly, we believe 10 million will be direct payments to harvesters to help offset the cost of the gear changes that will be coming on May 1. And then there's 300,000 to improve the scientific understanding of right whales. So we believe that the department will compete very well for a very large portion of that. And then there's an additional 2 million that will go to Sea Grant for right whale related research and monitoring. Really, I had indicated that we had some additional needs for research, but that was based on the fact that we did not think this package was going to go in the omnibus. So Now we have those federal dollars coming forward, and this may change how you or the Appropriations Committee will think about Representative Stover's bill as it pertains to that type of relief. Representative Stover's bill is for 30 million. I believe there's only 22 million available on the appropriations table. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of competition for that. So depending on where that goes, it's good to know that that relief that we have been looking for from a federal standpoint to offset the impacts to federal rules is coming from the federal government, which frankly is more appropriate. So that's all I had. I promise not to say anything else, Senator. Unless I have a question.
Great news for, yeah, Representative Hutchins will be thrilled. And because he was pushing for that, for the feds to be stepping up for what started as a federal issue, and certainly affects us. And we always like listening to you, Commissioner, no problem at all. So as soon as I say this, you know, we'll have a meeting for something, but Representative McCray.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a housekeeping. Our wonderful clerk needs signatures for some of the bills, and most of us have signed, but some of us haven't. If you're wondering if you're one of those who hasn't, we can publicly, you know, pillory now, or you can check with the clerk. Representative Thorne?
Oh, okay. Well,
Are you asking if you're one of them?
yeah, he wants to know if he's okay. Linda
No,
said
you are
yes.
not one of them. In fact, there's nobody present that has a problem. So
Okay.
No.
I'll just send out another email.
Good.
Well,
Catch him Thursday.
yeah,
Okay.
CC us so we can help.
All right. All right. I can do that. Thank you.
And just one more thing, I'm thinking on the AFA table, they'll do what they do. They'll look at the big picture and decide what they fund and how much they fund. And with regard to Representative Stover's bill or any others, we made our case, we can make our case to them. I think Representative Fay, is the Marine Resources contact. Yes. Or to the chairs if you want to make your case. Otherwise, I think they'll make good decisions. Thanks.
Yeah, it's a good climate for getting help right now, so that's good. You get the best chance of ever, but it is a thin pot for a lot of things. If you look on the calendar for the House and Senate, what's on the list on the table, it seems pretty amazing. The amount of need, the amount of work that's gone into it, and then so many of them will just drop off. So that's what happens, and you all know that. So I'll just say this. I won't say it again if we have another meeting for something, but it's been such an honor to work with you. This has been an amazing 2 years with this group, struggling through Zoom and everything else, but all of you stepped up. I don't like to do comparisons, so I won't. Just let you know that this has been an exceptional year to me, in spite of the hardships that doing it this way does. And I'm glad we've learned that we can do a hybrid meeting for the future so that folks from every corner of the state will be able to testify in committees without it being an overnight to Augusta or just giving up having a voice. So, but I think the committee needs to be in place to do the work, and that'll be back too. And so, but for me, I'm winding up 8 years and 6 of them on this committee. And this has just been wonderful meeting all of you. And I really appreciate all your help, your great questions, and it's been amazing. So thank you very much. And I think Representative McCray, if you had anything, please jump in. Anybody else regarding just things winding down, you're all welcome. So.
I'm finishing 16 years.
Wow.
So I will be termed out after 16 years.
Oh my goodness. But you'll be back.
No, that's what my husband keeps saying. I said, no. I'm done.
Yeah. Wow, 16. I thought 8 was a lot.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
But
Yeah,
I was on marine resources the whole time. Now, this has been a great 2 years.
It really has, yeah.
I wish I jumped on earlier, but I was transportation and criminal
Criminal
justice. and public
justice.
safety, and yeah,
Yeah.
this has been great.
Well, I would just ditto Senator Mearmont and just thank you, everybody, and great service that we've all tried to do. And thank you for doing it together.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank everybody for,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
sorry, Bob,
Is that,
go ahead. Mr. Merrimack, go ahead.
No, it's you. Go.
I just gonna thank everybody for everything they've done and helping the lobster fishermen out and helping myself out. And I've enjoyed the 8 years and got a few days to go and we'll be out of here,
Yeah.
back in the boat.
That's right.
Amazing. 8 years, just like that. Remember meeting you up in Bangor. That's just like
Yes,
a
sir.
blink of an eye, huh? Yes, we'll catch up more. That's not the end of that. Yes, Linda.
Just another quick housekeeping. I do have all of the files for all of the bills that have been heard this session for all of the members in the file cabinet. So if there is anyone that wants their files, please let me know and I'll hold on to them before we do the clean out at the very end.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so just shoot me an email or a phone call.
Representative Thorne. You want to talk or you just want your files?
No, thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to say a quick thank you to everybody. As a freshman legislator, Marine Resources was supposed to be my one and only committee this year. And as it turned out, I had one that was just the opposite end of the spectrum from Marine Resources. I went from the committee with the fewest bills to the committee with the most bills. So I just wanted to tell you from my perspective, I will miss each and every one of you on Marine Resources. And for those of you that are not returning, we will take your legacy forward should I return to Marine Resources. I just want to say thank you all very much.
Great. Representative McDonald, you're moving on too.
I am, and I'm going to join Representative Alley in going back on the boat. So thank you very much, everyone, for the work that you've done here. And I look forward to going back to actually fishing and not just policy making about fishing.
Hey, great. Oh, good luck too.
So it looks like Lydia and Representative Crafts and I are the only ones holding the fort down along with Lynn and Linda. But I do, I echo what Representative Thorne said that, not in terms of, I serve on two committees, but the kind of discussions that we've had and the kinds of votes that we've taken, which have been bipartisan, many of them unanimous, I think speaks to some of the unsung work that the legislature does, which is a lot of good bipartisan discussion, and our votes reflect that. And I would be remiss if I didn't recognize the leadership of this committee for the last 4 years that I've been here. So thank you.
And one more.
Oh, yeah. No, there's many more as you want.
Having been here 8 years, I've seen a lot, as we do. And I want to thank Commissioner Kelleher and all the staff, Deirdre, who gets all my phone calls, for working collaboratively with us. That has always been the case with this department. It has not always been the case everywhere. So I really appreciate that collaboration. I guess is the right word. Whether we always agree or not, we have the conversation, and I really appreciate it. And I want to tell one story on Senator Mearmont. When I was a brand new legislator, one of my first constituent calls was a woman who said, "How can I help my son finish flight school?" And I thought, I don't have any idea. Am I supposed to know that? But I remembered that Senator Mearmont is a pilot. So I got in touch with Senator Mearmont. This was like first months of first year, who colorfully suggested what I should say. I don't know if you remember, but suggested where one needs to go and what one needs to do. And I was able to share that with my constituents. So it's just an example of how we help each other. We all have areas of expertise and help each other. And you never know what the next question might be. I've never had anybody else ask me about flight school, but I would have been ready if they had. So thanks, Senator.
No, glad to. What a team we make when we're working together. It's wonderful. And on that, I'm glad you mentioned the department. Really, I think we have a pretty unique, from what I've seen, relationship with the department, and not one that goes unquestioned, but just because of the level of competence and knowledge and people over there, we get good information. We get up-to-date information. We can make good decisions from it, and we can question it, and they'll always check into it for us. It really is a great relationship. That's not one that we just believe whatever they say, but we can know that when we're looking at their information, it's been worked on hard, and then we do what we do with it. And also that you, as co-chair, everybody should get a co-chair like Representative McCrate, because she works really hard and makes us both look good. So it keeps me calm some days. So, thank you. Linda.
I just wanted to let you know that Representative Falkingham just emailed me looking for the link, and I sent it to him. I don't know if he'll join before we are finished or not, but I thought I'd let you know.
Thank you for that. And, we're not hanging out for that, so I don't see anyone. We're out of here. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you very much, and I'll see you Thursday and for the next month in Augusta.
Thank you.
Bye.
Everyone.